Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum. Welcome to First Chronicles, chapter 15, in which there are 29 verses. Beginning in verse 4, the sons of Aaron, the Levites, versus the children of Aaron and the Levites. So, the Septuagint, they are one and the same. Verses in the Masoretic, perhaps two different groups, can be read that way. Next, we'll look at verse 13. There's an insertion, actually both are insertions. For because you were not ready or prepared at the first, versus because you did it not at the first. So one is prepared to do something, whereas the Masoretic is saying you didn't do it at all. No action was done, inaction. Verse 16, David said to the chiefs of the Levites to set their brethren specific assignments. We can see specific assignments given, such as singers and so on. Versus David was the one who spoke and appointed their brethren, their assignments and roles. So all the previous assignments are for the purpose of to sound aloud with a voice of joy or sound of joy, versus sounding by lifting up the voice with joy. So the sounds were made specifically by singing only. Verse 18, rank, second rank versus second degree. Okay, so the word rank was omitted. That's what happened there. And there's an addition of the name Ben. In the Septuagint, there's an omission of the name Uzziah right at the end there. Verse 20, there's an interesting word being used here, and that is alemath, actually in both versions. And alemath means girls, can mean girl's voice, possibly a falsetto. We can see that in the lexicon concordance, alamoth. And there it is right there. Next, verse 21, our first significant difference of the chapter. To make a loud noise versus to excel. So to excel means to glitter, to be eminent, to be permanent. But we know that is starkly different from, or distinctly different from making a loud noise. Another term here that is being used is amaseneth. Amaseneth. The footnote in the hard copy reads the eighth. Verse 22, significant difference. Master of the bands. In the footnote it reads song, so master of the songs perhaps. Versus for song. So he instructed about the song. As we can see, this is a specialist, a master of the bands. Perhaps a maestro is another way to put that. Verse 25, an addition of the name of Hashem in the Masoretic. Verse 26, strengthened, Elohim strengthened versus helped. We see again calves versus bullocks. Again, that means young bull. Verse 27, master of the band versus of the song. So the difference here is the word band versus of the song. Band of singers versus songs, I should say band of singers. The footnote reads songs of singers. Upon David there was a robe of fine linen versus an ephod. Verse 28, playing loudly on lutes and harps versus making a noise. Verse 29, describing the daughter of Saul when she looked down at David, who was dancing with all. It says he danced with his all. David and Michal. Okay, so David dancing and playing. She despised David in her heart. The footnote for that word heart is soul. So she possibly despised him in her soul. And that's all for this chapter. Thank you very much for your time. Till next time, I bid you all Shalom Alechem, Assalamu Alaikum, Irini Mazisu, Pax Vobiscum, peace be unto you, and Maranatha.